Can a $2,000 Carnauba wax be really that much better compared to a $20 wax? Well, you're about to find out by watching this video. We have a crazy awesome lineup of comparisons to do from the least expensive all the way up to the ultra premium luxury department. In the waxes, they can be liquid or paste waxes. And we also have a secret product in development right now, potentially for the Clean by Pandy organizer lineup. So this is going to be a jam-packed video. I'm gonna do a blind test, by the way. So we're gonna need the help of someone special, a special guest, Yvan Lacroix. Come on in, you guys know him by now. A great friend.
Thank you.
And, well, great person in life. His wife, Sylvie, is behind us right now. Hi, Sylvie, she's filming the video. So Yvan, today I wanna do something crazy, a blind test.
Yes.
Where Yvan will be applying these waxes. We're gonna do 9 different squares on the test vehicle here. It's a black painted surface, single stage paint, and we're gonna wanna test for fill, for gloss, for slickness, what kind of hydrophobics we're getting. But he knows which square he'll be applying which wax to. I will not. And then I come back, I'll do the wipe off to see how the wipe off experience is. And also if I can tell any differences visually from things that we're gonna present here. So to start off, we have the turtle wax, ceramic and graphene infused paste wax. So this has 10 different blends of waxes inside there, a bit of ceramic, a bit of graphene, everything in the kitchen sink. Comes in at roughly 26 USD. By the way, guys, don't worry. I'll leave all of this stuff linked in the description under the video for you guys to check them out. I just want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So this one here, again, roughly 26 USD at the moment that we're filming this video in June of 2026. So the next one is your own DIY detail show winning Carnauba wax, priced at 30 bucks.
Yeah.
What can you say about this product? What's inside there?
It was designed to actually go over ceramic coatings.
Okay.
So you've ceramic coated your car maybe 6 months ago, maybe a year ago. You're taking it to a show Saturday morning, Friday night, put the wax on, wipe it off. You'll get more glow out of your paint. You'll get more depth, and super easy to use. Can be done in direct sunlight, can be done inside, outside. It doesn't matter. Do the whole car, wipe it off after, or wipe it off as you go. Again, very flexible. It's a pure Carnauba wax. There's no abrasives, so it's not going to damage your ceramic coating. Some of these have abrasives, some don't. And that's up to the manufacturer whether they want to have abrasives or not.
And I think you mentioned this also has a bit of filling capabilities.
Yes, that's one of its goals.
We're going to be testing that because on the vehicle today, it's your own 1985 Bertone sports car.
Yeah.
It's a black paint in need of much love. It has been resprayed in the section recently, so there's a bit of fumes. So all we did is clean the car, dried it, nothing special. So as you would with a wax, no crazy prep. And we're going to see if we can mask a little of those defects. Next up, Yvan, we have this Vonixx from Brazil. So this is their native Carnauba wax, 50% T1 grade Carnauba. They're known for their high quality Carnauba because they have their own plantations in Brazil. Yep. Next up, this price, by the way, 43 USD at the moment of this filming. Next up, we have the Carnauba wax, a partnership between Vanguard and Katiba from Korea. This one here has a graphene emulsion also inside there. They promise up to 12 months of durability on this one. So we'd have to test in real world conditions, but we're also going to see, because the liquid inside there is a little different compared to what we're normally used to. I don't know if you can see this on camera. It's a little more goopy, so we're going to see how the application and removal is, but apparently this one here is a hydrophobic beating monster. This one here comes in at $60 USD. Next up, we have the Eclipse wax from Luminus. This is a luxury paste wax, so now we're getting into the premium category. $100 USD at the moment of filming this. I mean, the packaging, Yvan, is nuts with this kind of glass presentation with magnets. So this one here, I've already tested. If you guys saw the video when the guys were at Eddie's house from Luminus, crazy hydrophobics, very easy install. So this one requires roughly 15 minutes of curing on the surface. This is the longest to cure before you wipe off. So Yvan knows to at least wait that amount before we go ahead and finalize the test. A lot of them don't have any wipe off times. I think yours included doesn't need a minimum amount.
No, it doesn't need a minimum amount, but with most waxes, let them cure till they're almost dry before you try to remove it. You'll get less streaking and it'll be a lot easier on yourself. Normally with a wax, you apply it to the whole vehicle before wiping it off.
So as long as you have that light haze, then you can start removing. A cool trick that we used to have back in the day is take your finger, you can swipe on it. If there's no greasy residue, you can go ahead and start wiping off. So one of the stars of the show, one of my favorite waxes of all time, but this we're talking ultra premium.
Yeah.
So this 200 milliliter pot of wax is almost $2,000, 1,898 USD if memory serves me well. Even their 50 milliliter version is close to 600 USD. This here is 81% Carnauba. The owner said that if they'd put anything more than that in there, it'd be like a hockey puck. So hard. So this is the maximum that they could put. Very good experience, but again, can we tell when we're comparing side by side if we can tell the difference? By the way, I want to make a quick disclaimer. None of these companies paid for this video, and also these are all quality waxes. It really depends on your budget, your needs, but there's none in here that you'd be disappointed in using, that's for sure. Last but not least, Ivan, we have a product in development. What is this? It's a potential candidate for the Clean by Pandy organizer lineup. We're working with a Korean lab on this one. I'm not going to say more. It's in liquid form, and it's supposed to be a fantastic for gloss, for slickness. Of course, the user experience, but also the hydrophobics are approaching ceramic coating levels. So we'll see how good this can potentially be, because in the testing phases, I like to test and evaluate before I sign off on anything. So Ivan, I want you to go ahead. We're going to tape off. I want a control section. Yeah. And we have 8 different products, so we should see 9 squares.
Actually, 9 squares.
No, we have 7 products.
Yeah, 7 products, but
to make
it's easier to divide 3 and 3. So
7 products, 1 control section, and 1 empty. We can have 2 control sections. It doesn't matter. So at least I'll be able to see the before and the after. And yeah, so have fun. We're going to wait 15 minutes minimum of curing. Yeah. Because this one requires 3 to 5 minutes. This one 15. So this being kind of the longest to cure, we'll wait that time. I'll come back, I'll wipe it off, talk about the wipe off experience. Is it easy? Is it hard? And then try to see, are there any filling capabilities? Are we removing any defects? Or is there a jetting effect, maybe beautifying of the surface? How's the gloss? How's the slickness? We're also going to look at the hydrophobics and see if your hard-earned money is worth going all the way into the thousands, or if you can stay in the $20 to $30 mark and still have a great time, because that's the whole point. Right. When you're waxing your car, you want to enjoy it. We're not here to make things complicated. We're not here to make things overly hard to apply. So we want ease of application, fun time, but most importantly, great results. Right. So Ivan, go ahead.
I'll get your help for a second to put the tape on, and then go edit the video.
Perfect.
Divide it into thirds.
So just about
here.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now this hood has paint overspray on it. Pan betrayed his French heritage by saying fumed, but it's
it's overspray.
It's paint overspray. We had this front piece repainted because it had a lot of stone chips, and we don't want rust on an Italian vehicle. They are prone to rust sometimes, and this one has survived 40 years without rust, so we'll keep it that way. But you can see what looks like watermarks.
Oh yeah.
It's just ugly paint at the moment.
It hasn't even been decontaminated, so this, you feel some grit. So just a regular wash and wax.
Yeah. Now I'm going to need a drying towel from you. Yep. Because I'm going to lay out the waxes just as an aid of memory somewhere in the order that they're here.
Perfect.
That way they'll be under the towel. You won't be able to tell which is which.
Yeah, that's going to be the surprise here. Of course, he's not doing any trickery. He's really applying the waxes, and it's going to be fun to see. Although they're all good, can we visually see without knowing which is which for me if there's an actual difference? That's going to be pretty fun, so stay tuned.
We're laying out the waxes on the surface just so we can get a before picture, but Pan was here for the first 2 that we laid out, so we're just going to confuse him a little bit and move things around. That way, he won't know where anything is. And I'm a prankster, so I brought a wax with me that's as old as this car and probably as old as Pan is. So he doesn't know, but I'm going old school on him. Good old hard shell turtle wax. We've laid out all the waxes on the hood. We have our tape spot. We have the control in the center. That way they all can merge against the control. And I'm going to start with the Luminus. It's the one that has the longest curing time of 15 minutes. That's not really that long. First of all, great packaging. Love the packaging that they have. Let's move this towel out of the way. And what I'm going to be doing is arranging the waxes on the roof the same way we're putting them on the hood. and covering them with a big drying towel so you won't know which is which until we actually open it up. And we've added a surprise in here. Turtle wax that's as old as this car and probably as old as Pan is. So he'll have a surprise there. He doesn't know that this one is in the mix. Luminus has their own little applicator, and it's very simple. You just give a twist, it picks up the wax, and then you spread on the surface. With any wax, less is more. You don't want to put a lot of wax on a surface, and this applicator does a good job of spreading it nice and thin. And the fragrance reminds me of a men's cologne. It's a little musky. Now, I'm not a cologne aficionado like our friend Pan is, so I'll let him describe the fragrance later on. But easy application, looks good, and of course, cool packaging. So that's the Luminus. Next, show-winning wax. Show-winning wax by DIY Detail. Again, super easy to use. Less is more. So we'll add just a little dollop to our applicator. And again, in circular motions, apply the wax. Now it is a little thicker in formulation. Even though it's a cream wax, it applies almost like a paste wax. So it's a little thicker. Has a cherry scent to it, or strawberry, depending on whose nose is close to it. But it's got a nice little fragrance to it. You just want to spread it out as thin as possible. Next is Pan's mystery product. I know nothing about this, so I can't tell you what it is or what it contains, but it's a product he wanted me to test out. Could be a future Clean by Pan the Organizer product. So we'll apply it like any other wax. Oh, does he still have a stopper in it? Yes, okay. Let's take the stopper out, that'll work a little better. And please resist the urge of smelling straight from the bottle. So it has a light pinkish color, a bit of a cherry fragrance. Yeah, a red berry of some sort. So nice and thin once again. Like I did the other ones, we'll give it a second pass. And you can actually hear the overspray on this car. Now this dries very quickly on the surface. I can see it starting to dry. We'll close that one up. Next, the expensive one, Swissvax. This is a product that's been around for a long time. It has a great reputation, if a little pricey. But if you can afford it, by all means. So this is a paste wax. We need to work it a little bit with the applicator to get it onto the applicator. And it's a very hard consistency. Like Pan was saying, it's a high solids content. But application, very easy, very simple. So it goes on nicely. Give it a second little pass to even it out. Fragrance is a pleasant, flowery fragrance, I would say. But I'm not the best nose in the industry, so who knows? Next, the easiest section of all, the control section. I don't have to do anything. Followed next by the good old school turtle wax. Now the applicator that came with it is long lost because they used to put the applicator between the lid there. Brings back memories. So very thick wax. Go over the second time. And by the way, we'll get Sylvie to pan around with the camera, the whole studio, so you can see the pan actually isn't here. So we have a pan-free studio. The same applicator I'm going to use for the other turtle wax. These applicators, you can just flip them inside out, and then you have a nice clean applicator to do the next one. So we'll start at the top with the new version turtle wax. So signed by the two owners, Sandra and Dennis Healy. Great people, by the way. Turtle Wax is a family-owned company, has been for the last 75 or so years. Great people, great company. Now, almost feels like the old one, but almost a grape smell to it. And let's get it on the surface. So nice glide of the applicator. Has more of a solvent smell than even the original turtle wax. It's the most, since I have the tin close to me here, it's the most solvent smelling one of the bunch. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Now, most Carnauba comes from Brazil, so it's just fitting that we have Vonixx native from Brazil. So very traditional style tin. And their applicator. So work it a little bit, get a bit of friction going. Get some on the applicator, and yeah, very nice application. Very smooth. It's almost going on clear. So we'll do our second pass. Even it out. So a bit of a grape smell, but again, having the tin close here, we get that solvent fragrance popping up. Finally, we have the Vanguard / Carnauba combo. So this has a unique texture to it, Pan was saying. I've never used most of these products, so yeah, it looks almost metallic-y in look. Has graphene infusion and ceramic and all sorts of fun things. Oh, definitely by far the slickest one applying. It applies more like a sealant than a wax. Now, seeing that this has graphene and ceramic in it, is it fair to call it a wax or a wax substitute? But we'll let you guys decide. Now, we can see the Swissvax is going to this white haze. The other one is going to a white haze, the traditional turtle wax. The others are doing that. The sealant and pans, both from Korea, by the way, but they're looking very similar here in the leveling aspect. And then, of course, we have our control in the middle. Now we have all the waxes camouflaged. We know what's on the surfaces. Pan doesn't. Let me go get Pan and I'll be right back. Sent Pan a text message, so he is on his way. While we're waiting for Pan, a few things you need to know about wax. If you're in an area that gets a lot of water spotting, you're having to deal with sprinklers, things like that, that is where a wax can actually be handy, because a wax will actually absorb the minerals and then release them. A wax is not something that lasts a long time. A traditional Carnauba wax is not the best protection in the world, but they are really, really good looking. So, Pan is putting his shoes on, getting his microphone on, and when he has that done, we'll bring him out then he can see or try to see which is which. And Pan, while you're gone, you'll notice there's only one control square.
Okay.
I brought another wax with me
Okay.
just for you, because I knew you were providing the other waxes, so I wanted to throw you for a loop here.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's always something with Yvan when we film together.
So I'll
And
ask
I
you,
asked specifically for no
Yeah.
foolery. Okay, so we have the control.
controls in the middle. The reason I left it in the middle is you'll be able to get a direct line of sight
Yeah.
between all of them.
Okay.
So start wherever you want wiping off.
So they all seem to have dried to a nice little haze.
Yeah.
And there's no tomfoolery going on.
No.
So you applied real.
Yeah,
real
they've
products?
all been applied with their applicator if they provided an applicator.
All right, so let's start wiping off and talk about perhaps the experience of wiping off. Modern waxes, you shouldn't have to struggle as you used to decades ago. This here is super simple. So I'll wipe them all at first, and then I can bring maybe a light to see what I see compared to the control. But this is nice and simple. Of course, we can feel the contamination underneath.
Yeah. Now from here, that one has a really good jetting effect.
This one here.
Yeah.
Okay, wipe off here too. This is fairly straightforward. I like that. So I remember when I was growing up, Yvan, in the 80s
Yeah.
and then early 90s when I started detailing as a 16-year-old, we used to struggle to find waxes that could last more than just a few weeks.
Right.
And yeah, they weren't expensive at your local hardware store, but they were a pain to
Yes.
remove, right? And we didn't use the correct techniques because we didn't have all the education we have today. So we do it in the blazing sun at noon. If you have neighbors, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. They like to wash their car in the wrong periods of the day.
Yeah. And you also put it on thick because, a thick
Yes,
wax is better.
Is better,
No,
yeah.
No, it's not
The
better.
thinnest layer possible, guys.
Yeah.
So this is actually very simple removal too. So far so good. We're 3
Yeah.
for 3 ease of use. This one here, well, this is very easy to remove. Okay, so you know which one is which, so
Yes.
you're probably having fun right now.
Well, I'm not giving it away. No emotions here.
Okay. Yeah, this is, man, very easy. There's none so far that I've struggled with, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
This one here too, it's astonishing how simple all of these are to remove. So we waited at least a minimum of 15 minutes.
Yeah, and
so they all had equal time there.
Yeah, and the application was just as simple with all of them.
Just that simple. Okay, so as we said, no bad products, guys. And we know you guys know we don't do any bashing on this channel. If there's improvements needed, we can share constructive criticism. But so far, and I don't see any smudging. I don't see any smearing, so that's good. Okay. So now I'm curious to know, you guys know because you've seen it, what did I even do? So first part here. Okay. This one too is pretty easy. Not as easy as that one, but still I don't see any smearing, any smudging. Very easy. Second one, very, very simple. This is easier than this one, but we're nitpicking.
Yeah, no,
My dog Mia, I can hear her barking. Yeah. The alarm system.
Yeah, she just realized we're here.
Exactly. Yeah, she's old now. She's a 15-year-old lady.
Yeah.
Which in human terms is what, 100 if we multiply that by 7 or something like that.
Close to it. Yeah. So yeah, all easy to remove. Yeah. They're all super easy to apply.
Zero complaints. So user experience, they're all fantastic. Now let me grab an inspection lamp.
They're all going to be scary under the inspection. Let's remove the tape. That way, we
can see the squares.
Yeah. Let's see if we can see the squares. No, we should be able to see them.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if there's some who have filling effects, jetting effects. I can definitely tell where the control section is.
Yeah.
That one has that light oxidation, the water spotting. Okay.
So without the inspection light, which one has the best jetting effect? Or the best defect hiding effect? Now, Pan, being a mid-engine car, we have the luxury of a hood that opens this way.
That's right.
So this will give you a better bird's eye view using your inspection light, and it takes the overhead lights out of the equation.
Got it.
Have a look.
So I set it at the cooler temperature on darker vehicles, and you'd use the warmer temperature lights on the lighter colored cars. So here, and we're looking at always the control. This is a disaster with the water spots and the swirling.
And by cooler temperature, he means a higher Kelvin number. So this is 6500K. If you're going down to a 4000 or 3500K, that gives you that warm orange glow from the light.
So this one definitely, compared to the control, has filling capabilities. I see almost even no water spotting left. That is, oh, wow, okay. And definitely way less swirls. And keep in mind, we're not doing any paint correction, at least.
No.
I'm not aware that you took the polisher out.
No.
So yeah, that's pretty nice compared to this here is a disaster. It seems oxidized. We see all the water spotting, the swirls. This is very nice. We're going to look at the slickness later on, but so here I see less of a difference compared to the control section. So a little bit of removal of the swirls, but the water spots are still there. So compared to this darkening effect and the gloss and the way my light reflection also is crisper inside there compared to here where it's a little more diffused. Okay, so this did a better job compared to this one. This one here, compared to the control, again, like this one, maybe a little bit, but nothing compared to that first one. Like even looking at it from this downwards angle, that top one's very nice. Okay. This one here, that's pretty good. Not as good as that top left, but compared to the control, once again, we hit a little bit of those love marks. The water spots we can still see, but it definitely looks, if I'm comparing to this one looks slightly better. The control, again, is a nightmare. Here up top, that's decent. But yeah, when I when I get back to this one here is very nice as far as the filling capabilities. This here, we still see water spotting. Compared to the control, maybe a bit less, but nothing dramatic. Okay, interesting. And of course, we can see the tape lines, which are like the control. This one here, funny because I see a lot of those water spots, not as much of the swirling though. So it's like if it addressed a bit of the minerals, but I'm seeing less of the swirls. So right now I think this one would be the leader. This one probably in second, this in third. Oh wow, okay, this is very nice. This gives me vibes of that first one. Wow. So if I'm looking at the control, all those water spots, all the swirls and scratches, and I'm looking here, barely any swirls and scratches left, a little bit of that water spotting. Here, this is beautiful. So definitely a nice gloss, nice pop. These two would be the upper tier. And then this one a little lower, this one too. This one compared to the control section, I'm still seeing a lot of swirls. Okay. Do I see a beautifying effect? I'm not sure. If it is, it's very, very slight. There is a little bit of that defect removal, but the water spots are still very, very present. So yeah, at least from a visual perspective, if we're looking at jetting, filling effect, these two guys are outstanding. And this is pretty decent. This is okay too, but yeah, these two stand out. These two are doing well, and the rest are okay.
Okay, now which one is the $2,000 wax and which one is the $20 wax?
So are we already at that point? Let's see.
Well, let's
Slickness.
Yeah.
I'm curious because we can feel the contamination.
Yeah.
That's still an issue.
Let me get you a towel.
But definitely compared to the control.
So try the slickness with a towel.
Yeah, that's super nice. It's very nice. Very nice. Yeah, this is grabby. That's, can we hear that? That's like sandpaper.
Yeah.
So definitely waxing helps. This is very, very slick, this one. Wow. Yeah, that's super slick. Very, very slick. Well, we're nitpicking here. They're really all doing great from a slickness perspective. If you, of course, the closer you touch with your hands, the more of that contamination you feel. But again, when you go to that super grabby control section, this is not that slick under the towel. It reminds me a little bit just better than this, but I wouldn't say that this one is super slick. As soon as I come here, slick, 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 not slick, not super slick. This is slick. This one here, yep. That feels very nice. No, terrible. Very nice. And yep, again, a little bit of grabbiness on this top right one. And this is decent. This is more slick than this. Man, we are truly nitpicking. But this is definitely slicker. So a little less slick, definitely the less slick of all of them. Very slick, super slick, and the rest are what I'd expect. This is nasty because this is the control. Even my finger is like this going nowhere, and there's barely a little bit of slip. So this is the most disappointing one from a slickness perspective.
Yeah.
Again, they all did the job for gloss. Clearly, like I see even my overhead lights. So other than the filling, that beautifying effect. So all 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, all 8 of them definitely did something. We can tell the difference, tape line, no tape line. There's going to be the hydrophobics to test. Do you want to reveal after the hydrophobics?
After the hydrophobics.
Okay.
Do you have a Kiev nozzle?
Yes, I do.
Now I'm going to reveal the mystery wax, the one you don't know what it is.
Before we do hydrophobics?
Before we do the hydrophobics.
Okay.
Because once you see this, you'll recognize it.
Okay.
And I want you to say which one it is before you try hydrophobics.
That's the kind of pot when I was a young teen that we'd buy for like a couple bucks there at the local auto parts store.
It probably dates from the 80s,
okay.
yes.
Okay, that's the green tin, yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the ones that were harder to remove back in the day, so they must have done something.
No, but that bottle is at least 25.
Wow.
I would say probably 35 years old.
Easy on, easy off.
Yeah,
Well,
and it is.
According to this, yeah, it wasn't
But
that.
the reason people had problems removing turtle wax back in the day
Yep.
is they just put it on too
Too
thick.
thick, yeah.
That's the only thing. So
Thinner is better.
yeah, thinner is definitely
So
better.
we got the Kiev nozzle, guys, by the way, which is this little guy here. I can show you if I remove it. It creates kind of a rain shower effect. I'll leave that linked in the description, but just put it on the gun and then it allows you to have kind of this spray pattern.
And you can use it with the pressure washer on or off.
Yep.
It really doesn't matter.
Yep.
For cleaning wheels, for rinsing your wheels at the end, it's spectacular because you don't have the blowback in your face of the pressure washer.
Exactly. So now my pressure washer is off. I'm just going to use this in the regular setting. So we're looking for water beading, how tight, how round the water beads are, how quick the water is to sheet off. Is it doing anything on the surface? So it is to note that there was protection on there before, Ivan.
Yeah.
Because the control section we can see. But of course, the topmost layer that you're applying on top, well, it gives you, and we can tell there's differences in the hydrophobics already. So this one here, we see bubbles within bubbles, very round, very tight. Hydrophobics could look good all around. These ones are very nice too. Very round, very tight. Same thing here. Man, we are nitpicking. This is crazy. Yeah. Here we have a little less round or tight compared to these guys. Again, we're nitpicking because we are getting hydrophobics. These aren't as good as the other freshly applied waxes, as you can tell, because they're a little oblong and needs decontamination. So this tells us that the whole paint was contaminated because they all look better for hydrophobics. So this tells us we need to decontaminate. So now we're seeing on the rest just the beautiful hydrophobics. This is okay on this one. Perhaps not as great as these guys, but still decent. Here, let me add some more. So the evacuation rate on some is pretty good. So here, this is not as good. More oblong not as round or tight. We can see the difference with this one. Beautiful, round and tight. This one, maybe not as much. Definitely not as round or as tight. This is beautiful round beads. Was that my imagination? So let me respray water. Just like this. So as if it had rained. So great evacuation, but yeah, definitely not as round or as tight. That one there, super round, super tight. And this, nice hydrophobics. So if I had to rank them, I'd put them all on the same level, except perhaps this guy and this guy. They're not as round or as tight as the others. All the others are, I can't complain.
Now, since we have the tape lines to guide us,
Yep.
just wanted to do another little test for you, and that's the actual sheeting test.
Very quick evacuation. Very nice. Ooh, here the water is sticking way longer. Yep, compared to that. So that goes with the fact that we saw the hydrophobics perhaps aren't as good. Very quick evacuation, so no problem there. Okay. It's interesting to see the different water behavior. So you can get both sheeting and beading. When people say, I want a more beading type product, more sheeting, if you just sprinkle the water, or depending which angle you're using, you're getting beading. If you're flooding the panel, you're getting sheeting. So you can have both components. So very quick evacuation. Yeah, that was good too. So the only one that's lagging a little bit behind is the one there, which also had good jetting.
And then
if you like this video, by the way, and you want to see more, smash that thumbs up button, guys. Really helps the algorithm to let us know that you like what you're seeing. Super quick. Nothing left on there. Okay. Very quick evacuation once again. Man, this is crazy that the performance is the same thing there. So the only one that's stuck a little bit, I would say, is this, which also matches with not the perfect hydrophobics. And even here now we can see they're more long, oblong, instead of being super round, super tight.
Yeah. And now that we've wet them, stand back and look at the jetting effect.
Yes.
You'll be able to see with the water on them.
Jetting, definitely, for that one. This one, absolutely. So this and this for jetting are super good. The rest are better than the control. Not perfect. This guy perhaps not as much, the top right corner. The rest is decent though. Wow.
Okay.
Wow, wow, wow.
Now, we'll see if this man is really a connoisseur.
Oh boy.
I will give you a wax and a towel.
Okay.
And just put the towel down on the section you think it is and put the wax there. And we'll compare the before picture to the after picture.
Oh boy.
So
again, this is going to be super hard to do because the results visually, man. Wow. Okay.
So potentially the least expensive wax in the group.
Least expensive with not the best results.
And don't put it on the control.
No. Would probably be this one. So that's it doesn't have the best feel.
Since we have the least expensive, let's go with the most expensive.
The most. I don't know about the filling of this one. This one.
This is a very interesting test because most people will have a nice, clean, decontaminated surface to put the wax on.
Yeah.
This is what we used to do back in the 80s before we knew to decontaminate a vehicle. We just waxed on top of it. So
yeah. I don't think this has any filling capabilities to my knowledge. So I will go with something that looks great, feels great, but not as perfect visually, but still outstanding result. That's where I put this one.
Queen mystery product.
This one is probably one with very good hydrophobics. We didn't design it to be super filling so far, because this is more gloss, slickness, and hydrophobics, and that slickness on the surface. So I'd probably go with here.
Now in the comments, before we get to the end of this video, how many do you think he'll get right?
Check it out, I'll have like 0. Which again points to the how good this test can be to either play with your mind and say, was I really seeing things or feeling things? So this one here has excellent hydrophobics. I'd put this one here. That's the Carnauba Vanguard. So this is supposed to be pretty good. Oh man. I think I'm going to go with another filling. This one. Yep. Huh. Just because I know you put effort into also wanting to mask some defects and clean up the paint, I'm going to have faith in my man Yvan. I know the hydrophobics for sure are good. Let's put this one here. If it is, my mind is going to be blown, but it's definitely, this square is impressed me a lot. Which one is this? Another good one. Very inexpensive. That does the job. Does everything balanced well. What do we have left after that?
Native.
So I'd go, that's the control. Here is not crazy, but good enough type thing. I'll go with that. And this is the last one?
Yep.
Yep. Good enough for everything. Good gloss, good slickness, good beading. I would expect that from a very high quality wax. So I would definitely keep that there. I'm satisfied with my choice.
Okay.
Although either you guys are laughing or, and this is tough. Like I dare anybody to do this truly blind.
Yeah.
It's tough. So how bad did I do?
You got 0 for 0.
0.
0.
Not one right.
No.
Wow. Okay.
So the most expensive wax
Yes.
is there.
Wow. Wow.
The cheapest wax that you can buy,
$26,
that you can
yep.
still buy today.
Yep.
Because that one I don't think you can buy it anymore.
No.
That goes here.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Show winning wax is here.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah. Luminus.
So see, I thought that was the high performing Korean one. So
Yeah.
you did good.
Luminus goes there.
Okay.
The high performing Korean one goes there.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Sylvie behind the camera says, I might have screwed up.
Oh, okay.
That the Carnauba is lower and the native's in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
Okay. Well, still, they're so
Yeah, yeah.
close that, yeah.
and then finally,
Okay. Okay.
it's all about trade-offs. You'll notice I can talk about the DIY product since I designed it. It doesn't have the greatest beading. And that's designed because I wanted the most sheeting possible. I wanted the most time for it to carry away minerals and not attract minerals. One of the superpowers of wax is not attracting minerals or not holding on to minerals. So before the winter, even if you have a coated car, put a thin layer of wax over top, the minerals are not going to stick as much. And that's one of the goals of the show winning wax. The other one was filling ability, which we definitely got.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
those two, at least I saw correctly. So this was a surprising one for value, but
Yeah.
overall, this tells us for the beauty effect, the jetting effect, the two less expensive ones in the test really surprised the heck out of us.
Yeah.
Now, again, I just want to make sure we understand there are some like the Luminus and the Carnauba that do require 24 hours of curing before exposing to the elements. Here we just rinsed a little bit. It doesn't affect the wax per se, but I still want to give that disclaimer. The rest do not need any curing time whatsoever. But yeah, those two for filling, you could clearly see the difference. So
Yeah.
wow, what a shocker.
So again, wax, pick the one you like. The most expensive wax may not be the best wax on the market. As you can see, now that it's had a little more time to cure and the water stayed on it, from here, if you look at the jetting effect, these two are definitely the winners there. And the old school Turtle Wax actually looks better than the Swissvax. So not saying the Swissvax is bad. Slickness is definitely there.
They put their high quality,
Yeah.
They're all glossy. They all did the job as far as beautifying, ease of removal. I was surprised even any of them didn't give me any issue whatsoever.
Right.
And you said application was great on all of them.
Yeah, the application was simple on all of them.
User experience, thumbs up. They all did their job.
Yeah.
Again, application removal, gloss, they all beautified the surface. But for the jetting, if you're looking for a little bit of filling, which means masking temporarily a little of those defects, the swirls, the scratches, the lighter stuff. Don't think that this is a paint correction, but I was really impressed by those two. This just so happens that it made the list so often, and this one now I'll have to test more in depth because I have a feeling it will come up to the favorite products as well. Like I can tell even standing from here, the difference from control to this and control to that one, filling capabilities and that darkening effect if you want that. Well, I'm not surprised that you developed something again. And even I'd say more than the beautifying, like those two, what they did to remove those kind of trails of water spots that are behind that fume and that a little bit of oxidation, tremendous job, really, for this and the Turtle Wax. So overall, if I had to pick a winner, it would be double on this one. So the DIY show winning and the Turtle Wax graphene and ceramic infused. Those are two exceptional ones that won't break the bank. And again, you can't go wrong with any of these. There's durability. If you guys want something that's super long lasting, of course, the Koreans with their Carnauba or their Luminus, they're going for multi-months, but those are infused with ceramics. They're infused with graphene. So it's a different type of technology.
Yeah.
Where yours, you say, is Carnauba based.
It's a wax.
It's
It's designed, wax. You put it on Friday, win the show on Saturday. You might have to put it on next week. No, it's not that short-lived, but the whole goal of the wax is to be a sacrificial layer and to provide beauty. That's our goal for the wax. Like I said, every one of these manufacturers has a different goal in what they want from a wax, and you have different goals. Now, one last thing.
Yep.
I'm gonna take the waxes off of here.
Well, one thing I want to add before you say something, I think clearly the Koreans have different approaches to that. And this being developed with, I don't know which Korean lab, I can't say that, but the Carnauba, the Luminus, and this one, they're different. So the filling is less their job, but what they do, the gloss, the hydrophobics, and the slickness, of course, all of them did well. But for filling and jetting, these two, if somebody has an older vehicle or something that's not as cared and they want to add some protection and beautify that finish fast, hard to beat the DIY detail and the Turtle Wax.
Now, individual towels, wipe, dry each section.
Okay. Yep. That was a trick we used to do. Now, I don't know how good that was or not, but use a damp towel with cold water to kind of shock the wax to harden a little bit when you were applying that when I was growing up. And this is what it's kind of like doing. This is very nice. Yeah, wipe off can't be any easier. That's what's cool about hydrophobics. Makes the drying also experience much easier. And you have that extra slickness to prevent a bit of marring. So for now, the water comes off easily from all of them. Okay.
And one thing, the applicators,
this again though, the slickness is wild.
Yeah.
And let's see on the control. Yeah, smeary.
No slickness whatsoever.
No slickness whatsoever, and not much water absorbency compared to the others, and it takes a longer time to dry off. Here, very easy. Nothing, even the first pass removed all the water. It's good for that.
With your wax applicators, when you're done, don't throw them away.
Super easy. Yep.
Put them in your wash bucket. Let them sit for 15 to 20 minutes, rinse them out. They'll be good to use again.
This too. So they all did well, except this one, not as easy, but still okay. And the control was the worst.
Yeah.
But for the rest, easy water removal. Man, what did you guys think of this test? 0 out of the 8, right? Including the surprise. Well, that's a testament to how much technology is evolving, how brands can push. It's not because you're spending less that you're getting lesser quality products. And Ivan said this so many times, you don't have to break the bank to enjoy detailing. And I think this at least proved this to me as well, right? So although they all did a great job, there were 2 standouts visually. If you're looking for a filling, and then if you want something longer lasting, you have other picks, or if you just want the best of the best, you have an infinite amount of budget and you want something with DNA, with history, and great slickness. Of course, this is great, but do you have to spend upwards of hundreds or thousands of dollars? No, you don't. A couple of 10, 20, 30 bucks gets you this. And those pots, they last for so long, guys. I mean, you can cover multiple cars. How many vehicles do you think average size you would do with a 16 ounce like this?
About 50.
50. I mean, so you're spending less than $1 to protect your car.
Yeah.
So even if you would recommend what, once a month, once every other month?
When you feel the need.
Okay.
So you'll see it as you're washing the car that it's time to add more. Now, again, the hydrophobics on that aren't great, and it's actually designed to be that way. If you want hydrophobics, we have detail sprays for that. And detail sprays like Pan's ceramic detail spray or Envy in our case, they're designed to be super hydrophobic and they last a lot longer. If you're worried about the durability of your wax, don't get a wax, get a sealant.
Yeah, for sure.
Or a coating, even better.
So there's this thing for every budget, every level of experience, and whatever still people to this day, when they ask me, is wax dead? No, it's not, because there's people who enjoy the therapeutic aspect. Either circular motion, straight line, whatever you guys want. You take the time, you apply it, and I mean, you saw how the user application for all of them was great, but you can have different results at different price points and not have to break the bank once again. So yeah, I'm 0 for 0, but I'm also happy that he's a great person and he was able to formulate something with this team of chemists that, again, proves this. Does it smell good too? No?
It has a bit of a solvent smell to it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually, a little bit bubble gummy with the solvent, but
yeah, it has a fruity smell. Some people smell strawberries, some cherries, some melons, some Dimetap, which is a child's medicine.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. But nonetheless, they all, fragrance-wise, they're all pretty good. You being the collectioner of colognes and perfumes, Luminus is probably the one you'd enjoy the most as far as fragrance.
Yes.
It reminds me of a cologne.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Yep. And there's some that have only solvent smells like the native. That is pretty harsh, but that's because it's pure Carnauba that's in there. Other than that, man, again, links in the description, but you guys tell me, was there one that impressed you? Have you tried any of these? Leave us comments in the comment section what your feedback is. We always love to read and do all that kind of stuff. And if you want to see me and Ivan do something cool like this in the future, drop some ideas in that comment section. So, Ivan, thank you as always. We have more videos coming. Yeah. Always a pleasure to have you here. I don't know when it's going to be on the channel, but we modified my garage door to make it more energy efficient and more quiet. I'm not going to say more, but check that out on the channel as well. Did that with Ivan, and we have more special videos. So in the meantime, don't forget, guys, keep it tight, keep it clean, and we'll see you on the next one.